welcome back to the channel. Nice to see you again. If you're thinking of buying, selling, or just even keeping an eye on the real estate market here in the GTA, specifically in Brampton and or Mississauga, you are in the right place. I am Dimpy Gari, and today we're breaking down the main numbers straight from the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. This is your real no-fluff market update for the Peel region and the broader GTA. Whether you've been thinking about listing your home or getting it into the market for the first time, or you're an investor trying to figure out where things are heading. I've got the data, and more importantly, I'm going to tell you what it actually means for you right here in the Brampton and Mississauga regions. So stick around because there are some really interesting numbers this month, and honestly, the market is telling a story you need to hear. Okay, let's start with the big picture, the GTA-wide numbers from TRREB for May 2026. First up, average selling price. The average home in the GTA sold for $1,069,000 in May 2026. Now, before anyone panics or cheers, let's put that in context. That is actually 4.6% less than May of last year, when the average price was sitting at over 1.1 million. So the prices are down year over year. What does that mean? It means buyers have more room to negotiate than they did a year ago. And for the sellers, it means pricing your home right is absolutely critical right now. This is not the market where you can just throw any number on the wall and expect it to stick. Now let's break that down by the home type, because these numbers tell a very different story. Depending on what you're buying or selling, detached homes average at 1.35, semi-detached average of 1,067,000, townhomes average of 840,000, condos averaging at 640,000. Now, I want you to bookmark these numbers, especially townhomes and condos, because in Brampton and in Mississauga market, these are the sweet spots for a lot of buyers right now. More on that note. Now, let's talk about sales in May 2026. There were over 6,500 homes sold across the GTA. That's actually up by 6.3% compared to May in 2025, where there was only 6,100 sales. Now, more home selling is a positive signal. Breaking that down by home types, 3,200 detached homes sold, 608 semis, 1,114 townhomes, and detached homes are still dominating sales volume. No surprise there. But I want to call out the condos specifically. 1,535 condo sales is significant, especially with condo prices sitting at 640,000 on average. That's an entry point for a lot of first-time home buyers that are seriously looking. Now, new listing. Here's where things get really interesting. There were 17,698 new listings in May of 2026, and that's actually 18.9% less than May of 2025. So think about this. Fewer homes are coming to the market, but sales are going up. That combination, rising sales, falling new supply, is what starts to put the upward pressure on prices over time. We're not there yet, but it's a trend worth watching very closely. All right, let's talk about one of the most important metrics in real estate, the sales to new listing ratio. If you're not familiar with this number, pay attention, because it's one of the clearest signals of market conditions. Here's how it works. You take the total sales, divide by the new listings, multiply by 100, and you get a percentage. That percentage tells you whether the market favors buyers or sellers. Under 40% buyer's market, more supply than demand, 40% to 60% balanced market, over 60% seller's market. Not enough supply in May 2026. The GTA ratio is 37%. Compare that to May 2025 when it was only 28%. So we're still technically in the buyer's market territory. But the number is climbing. Going from 28 to 37 in 1 year is a meaningful shift. Buyers still have the upper hand right now, but the window may not stay open forever. This is exactly why I tell my clients, if you're sitting on the fence, now is the time to have a real conversation, because when that ratio crosses 40%, the dynamic shifts and you'll feel it in the offers. And I want to be honest with you, I'm not here to hype you. And I want to be honest with you, I'm not here to hype you up or scare you. I'm here to give you the facts so you can make an informed decision. That's what this channel is all about. Okay, now let's get hyper local because Brampton and Mississauga are where Sunny and I focus every single day. And the story here is a little different from the GTA wide average. Brampton continues to be one of the most active markets in the entire GTA, and for a good reason. You've got incredible value compared to Toronto, a diverse and growing community, transit investments, and a lot of young families and first time home buyers looking to plant roots here. The detached home market in Brampton, particularly in the northwest communities like Curtis Valley, Sandringham, and Vales of Castlemore, remain very competitive. Homes that are priced correctly and show well are still generating strong interest. Townhouses and semis in Brampton are really the sweet spot right now, with townhouses averaging in about 800,000 range in the GTA. You'll find options in Brampton below that average, making them attractive for buyers who want more space but can't quite afford the stretch to the detached. For sellers in Brampton, the market rewards preparation. Homes that are staged, priced to the current data, not last year's pricing, and are marketed aggressively are selling. Homes that are overpriced are sitting. It's as simple as that. Mississauga is a fascinating market right now. You've got everything from luxury detached in Lone Park and Port Credit to a huge condo market in the city center and Square One area, to semis, towns in the area like Meadowvale, Erin Mills, and Streetsville. The condo market in Mississauga specifically is one I want to highlight with condos averaging about 640,000 GTA wide, and the condo market in Mississauga specifically is one I want to highlight with condos averaging at about 640,000 GTA wide and many Mississauga units coming in near or below that. Investors and first-time buyers are paying attention. Proximity to transit, the Hurontario LRT development, and major employment hubs makes this area very appealing. This is also a notable inventory of detached homes in Mississauga's more established neighborhood. There is also notable inventory of detached homes in Mississauga's more established neighborhoods that are presenting opportunities for move-up buyers. If you have built equity in your townhouse or condo over the last few years, this could be your moment to make that move. For buyers in Mississauga, do not sleep on the properties that have been sitting on the market. In this environment, days on the market is not necessarily a red flag. It often just means the seller hasn't adjusted to the current market reality yet. That's your negotiating leverage. Let me break this down simply. What does May 2026 mean if you're a buyer, and what does it mean if you're a seller? If you're a buyer, you're in a relatively favorable position right now. Prices are 4.6% lower than a year ago. New listings are down, which means less competition in some segments. But sales are up, so don't wait too long expecting prices to drop dramatically. The trend is moving the other way. Get your pre-approvals done now, know your budget, and when you find a property that checks your boxes and the price is right, move on it with confidence. The days of 20 offers over asking on every property are largely behind us in this market, but that can change. If you're a first-time buyer, specifically townhomes and condos in Brampton and Mississauga are your best entry points. Talk to me. I can walk you through what's available in your budget range and what to watch for if you're a seller. The price is everything right now. The buyers in this market have data. They're watching, they're informed, and they will not overpay. But here's the flip side. Homes that are priced correctly are selling. Sales are up 6.3% year over year. There is a demand out there. My advice, get a proper market evaluation done. Not what your neighbor sold for in 2022. What the market looks like today. Presentation matters. Investment in staging, professional photography, and a marketing plan that puts your home in front of the right buyers. And think strategically about timing. May and June are traditionally strong months. The spring market is real. If you've been thinking about listing, don't let the summer slow you down. So where is the market headed? Let me share my perspective. The fundamentals of the GTA real estate market remain strong. Immigration continues to drive population growth. Brampton and Mississauga specifically are benefiting from infrastructure investments, employment diversification, and continued demand from a growing population. The big wild card, as always, is interest rates. Mortgage rates have a direct impact on what buyers can qualify for and how confident they feel stepping into the market. Any movement either direction will ripple through the numbers quickly. Based on the data we have looked at today, rising sales to listing ratio, declining new supply, and recovering sales volume, the overall direction feels like a market that is slowly but steadily tightening. That doesn't mean prices are going to spike overnight, but it does mean the buyer-friendly window we are in right now is likely temporarily. Based on the data we have looked at today, rising sales to listing ratio, declining new supply, and recovering sales volume, the overall direction feels like a market that is slowly but steadily tightening. That doesn't mean prices are going to spike overnight, but it does mean that the buyer-friendly window we are in right now is likely temporary. My honest take, the next 6 months are going to be really interesting to watch, and I'll be right here every month breaking it down for you. All right, that's May 2026 GTA real estate market update. Thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate you being here. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help this channel reach more people who are trying to navigate the market. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a monthly update. Now, if you are thinking about buying or selling in Brampton, Mississauga, or the GTA area, I want to have a real conversation with you. No pressure, no sales pitch, just honest advice based on what data is telling us. Our contact information is in the description below. You can reach out by phone, text, email, or just DM us on Instagram. We're always happy to chat. I'm Dimpy Gari, and I'll see you in our next video. Take care.